In this video we're going to discuss basic takeoff and landing procedures for a Gotha. For today's demonstration video I'm going to do this with a full bomb load and the 66% fuel load. The first time you do this I would recommend definitely taking a smaller or no bomb load and less fuel. Then ramp up. Eventually you get to the point where taking this thing off with full bomb loads and full fuel and weapon mods weighing you down, it'll be doable. It'd take you half a mile to get off the ground, but you'll be able to do it. But don't stress yourself the first time. Take it easy. This plane is a beast, and it takes some time to learn her. So here we go. I'm going to start the engines. For some reason, on a lot of servers, when the Gotha comes into, it has the radiators half open. Just go ahead and open them all the way. It doesn't really matter because usually you're going to climb up to altitude anyway, but just it's a good habit to get in case you're doing some low flying for a while. So engines are started up. Your most important gauge for this whole takeoff procedure is your speed. That's the only thing you need to watch. Once you get it over 110, this thing will come off the ground on its own. Before that, don't force it. Don't try and lift it. Just let her do what she's going to do. So we're going to increase throttle to 75% and get rolling. As you can see, we're just starting to move now. I'm going to go ahead and up it the rest of the way. Now if it starts to do a ground spin, as I push the nose forward, I'm going to apply rudder in the opposite direction with a little bit of aileron to counteract. And I'm not going to lift up. I'm going to keep her level on the ground. Let her gain speed. I'm over 100 now. About 110 now. I'm not pulling back. I'm just letting it come off the ground on its own. In fact, I'm pushing the nose down to prevent it from going up faster. I'm not pulling back at all. And I'm up. Now a good way to judge climb in a Gotha once you get going is by the ring up here right on your front gunner. If you keep it slightly above the horizon, like about here, that's a good climbing angle for you. It's pretty steady. Some people also like to use the gunner's neckline, or the head. Basically, if you keep the neckline right where it is now, it's about level with the horizon. That's about level flight for a Gotha. Now as you see, my speed is slowly coming up here. I'm approaching 120, 125, and I can now safely turn. Don't ever just use the ailerons in a Gotha. You definitely want to use a combination of ailerons and rudder in the same direction while flying. Now on the ground it's a little different. When I was correcting for the ground loop on takeoff, I was applying rudder in the direction I wanted to go and ailerons in the opposite direction. That's just one of the many quirks of this plane. So taxiing or ground spin checking, again, rudder in the direction you want to counteract with ailerons in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to come around here and look for the field. And we're going to do a landing. Never try and land with bombs. Just drop them. It's not worth the trouble. It just makes your life more difficult and it doesn't gain you anything. So here we go. Bombs away. Pretty explosion. Right. Now you can do this at full power. I like to do it a little less than that. You may have better success at full power though, so if it works for you, go ahead and do it. But I would try 75%. Now the objective here is not to do a traditional three-point landing. You need to get really low on the ground and then drop all power and dig the tail skid into the ground by pulling back on the stick, just slightly. So as we get over the tree line here right in front of us, I'm going to get really low to the ground again. As I do, I'm going to cut all power, and I'm going to dig the tail skid in. Got to get over the trees first. Alright, I'm over. Now I'm going to go down. Alright, I'm really low. I'm leveled out. I'm going to cut power. And pull back. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Boom. I'm down. And the Gotha comes up. There we go. I'm on the ground. Now to maneuver. Again, I'm going to apply rudder in the direction I want to go. Ailerons opposite. And we can turn. No problem. Either way, it doesn't matter. She'll respond slowly, but she will respond. And that's how it's done. And if you're ever wondering, yes, these actually do fit in the hangar. And that's how it's done.